Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom, and thanks for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. Today we are talking about comprehensive car insurance for the Tesla Model Y in Australia, given secret VINs or vehicle identification numbers have now been assigned already for some lucky customer orders. Of course, the easiest way to check whether your VIN has already been allocated for your vehicle is to simply download the Tesla VIN Finder extension for Google Chrome and follow the steps from there. Okay, so on with today's video, and I must stress that information provided by myself in this video does not qualify as professional financial advice. I'm merely showing you my own personal research and to regard the content shown in this video as purely for entertainment purposes only. Always seek your own financial advice when purchasing an insurance product for your vehicle. So it goes without saying that insurance products vary between different providers, as do premiums across the different states and territories. Even within the same city, you may get varying quotes depending on where you park your vehicle. Some companies even separate how you park your car during the day versus where you park during the night. Also, premiums will vary greatly and are dependent on age, number of years that you've held a driver license in Australia, how many insurance claims you've had, and whether you've been at fault, whether you've had a clean driving record, whether you intend to have factory fitted or aftermarket modifications, and how much you intend to drive each year. It's a very long list, so I do strongly recommend that you perform your own research and to seek your own independent advice when finding the best product out there. So for the purposes of today's video, these comprehensive car insurance quotes are based on someone who is very similar to my own situation, i.e. a 40-something-year-old male who is planning to use this vehicle for private use only, where they are the only owner of the vehicle which will not be financed. This example person will have held a driver license from an Australian state or territory for the last 10 years with no recent license suspensions for the last 3 years. There have been no at-fault insurance claims or any claims refused in the last 5 years. The policy I am seeking will have an inclusion of at least one excess-free windscreen damage claim per year. Furthermore, this policy will be age-restricted to 30 years and above with no further excess required. There will be no factory-fitted or aftermarket options or modifications. The vehicle will be garaged at night. The plan is to drive up to 15,000 kilometers per annum, and the vehicle will be at the current market value at the time of a claim. The maximum no-claim bonus will be applied to the premium, and for me, a choice of repairer is a must, and the expectation is for at least a new-for-old replacement within 2 years. Now, why am I so particular about a choice of repairer? Don't all parts need to come from Tesla or from a Tesla-approved body shop anyway? And yes, you'd be right, all parts for repairs do need to be sourced from Tesla eventually. But from what I hear from those in the smash repair industry is that if an insurance company does not give you a choice of repairer, they of course then reserve the right to send you to someone in their network. Sure, if you're lucky, then that may very well be a Tesla-approved body shop. However, it's quite likely that it may not be, particularly because Tesla vehicles still make up a small percentage of our fleet in Australia. If you're stuck with a non-approved workshop initially, then either they have to order the parts from an approved body shop who have to order the parts from Tesla directly anyway, or the insurance company has to send you to an approved body shop. But the question then becomes, how long will this process take? Days? Weeks? How valuable is your time? Are you happy to potentially be given the runaround? Multiple phone calls? How long are you happy to go without your Tesla? Do you see my point here? For me personally, I want my car fixed ASAP, and that's why I think it's worth the premium to have a choice of repairer, especially for such a specialized vehicle like a Tesla. I've even heard of some situations where the insurer that doesn't allow you a choice of repairer may send you to a Tesla-approved body shop that is out of your area, that is miles away from your home, instead of one that's closer to you. Do yourself a favor, save some time, make sure you get a choice of repairer. Some of the insurance companies give you the option to tick the checkbox for choice of repairer, whereas some have it built into their policies, so please make sure you read through the PDS for each quote that you get. Okay, so let's go through some of these numbers now. In this chart, I've used CommInsure, which is the insurance arm of the Commonwealth Bank, which incidentally I'm currently using for comprehensive car insurance for our Model 3 here in Sydney. As you can see, I've entered the capital city of each state and territory as the location of this hypothetical rear-wheel drive 2022 Tesla Model Y, with the qualifiers that I listed earlier in this video. I've raised the excess for each state to the maximum allowable, as my personal philosophy is that car insurance should be used for major accidents rather than minor ones that could potentially be repaired for cheaper without affecting your no-claim bonus, hence why I've gone for the highest allowable excess for each policy. So you'll see that the cheapest place to insure a Model Y is in Hobart in Tasmania with an annual premium of $938.18, whereas Melbourne in Victoria has the honour of having the most expensive premium at $1,662.21. Sydney, New South Wales is not far behind at just over $1,400, followed by Darwin in the Northern Territory at over $1,200, Canberra in the ACT and Adelaide in South Australia are roughly the same at just over $1,100, whereas Brisbane in Queensland and Perth in WA are just over $1,000 each. So that gives you an approximate idea of how much it costs to insure a base Tesla Model Y and how different it is between the different Australian states and territories. Okay, so let's focus a bit more in my hometown of Sydney, and I've plugged in 2067, which is the postcode for the suburb of Chatswood, where our nearest Tesla store is located, for the insurance companies that were listed on the CanStar website. These 5 companies, and I've listed GIO twice, and I'll explain why very soon, are the only ones at the time of recording this video that allowed me to select Model Y as an option, and the only companies that gave me an instant quote online. Again, for each policy, I've attempted to increase the excess to its allowable maximum. The only exception is GIO, where I've given 2 scenarios. The first is with an excess of $3,245, which is way outside the bell curve of this cohort, so much so that I've given another scenario of $1,645, which is more in line with the next lowest maximum excess in this lot, namely CommInsure. So you can see again that although I've tried to control the variables as much as I can, there's still so much variation in policy amounts for the exact same vehicle in the exact same suburb. If you want a super high excess like what GIO are offering with $3,245, then you can enjoy the cheapest annual premium of the lot at $1,364.91. But interestingly, Suncorp is actually the most expensive of this bunch at $2,156.42 with an excess of $2,195. I say interesting because anecdotally many viewers have told me in the past that Suncorp was relatively cheap for their Model 3 insurance. CommInsure seems to be quite good value at $1,404.54 annually with an excess of $1,700, while the NRMA was $1,756.04 with an excess of $2,000. Allianz is $2,107.11 annually with an excess of $2,000, while GIO, if you choose a lower excess of $1,645, then it will cost you $1,640.79 per annum for the base Model Y. Now the notable exception here is AMI, because they do not give you a choice of repairer at all, and personally that is a policy that I would not purchase for reasons I've already outlined in this video. So now that you know the approximate prices of insurance policies for the Model Y, let me talk to you about how to optimize your car and your situation should you run into an accident. Firstly, make sure your Tesla Dashcam and Sentry Mode is always active when you drive and when you park your car in a public space. The easiest way to make sure it is working is if the Dashcam Sentry Mode icon has a red dot. If the red dot is present, it means that it is armed and recording. If you see a cross, it means it's not working, and the best way to rectify this is to pull the drive out and put it back in. Failing that, try restarting the car. Failing that, you may need a new USB drive. In rare instances, it may be due to a car software bug, and yes, it has happened before, trust me. There's not much you can do about that, unfortunately, except to wait for a new software update. I also strongly recommend using a solid-state drive SSD rather than a USB drive. I've been told that there is less chance of losing your footage when the car records onto a new video file. If you're involved in an accident, or if you see something on the road, hit that button straight away when you're driving and it will keep the last 10 minutes of recording for you. This is your best defense when submitting a claim to your insurance company and when filing a police report. It's invaluable, so it's worth a few extra seconds to make sure it's armed and active each time you drive. Finally, here are some crucial steps you need to take if you are involved in an accident, particularly when you are not at fault. If it's safe to do so, get out of your car at the point of the accident. If you or someone else from either party is hurt, call 000. Otherwise, whip out your phone. Take a photo of their license plate and key initial photographs of the damage and the incident and surrounding circumstances. Take video if it helps. At this point, your pulse is probably racing and the adrenaline is running, but do your best. Ask the other driver to show you their driver's license and take a photograph of it. If for some reason they don't have a license, record their name and address straight away. A quick way to do this is to record a video of yourself saying their name and address on your own phone. This is important for the police report and subsequent insurance claim. You will need their phone number, and sometimes, unfortunately, people give fake phone numbers. If you can, the best thing to do is to immediately call the number they give you on your own phone and ask them to show you their phone to make sure it is ringing when you're calling. I realize this is all very difficult in the heat of the moment at the scene of an accident, but it will save you a lot of hassle in the long run. Do not drive away until you have these details. Of course, if your safety is threatened in any way, then it may not be worth it, but at least you'll have the dashcam footage from your car, which can be of great value and help when you're filing a police report. Alright everyone, that's my insurance video for the Tesla Model Y. I hope you now have some idea of the costs involved and the many factors that affect the price of each policy, and that it helps you to make a more informed decision moving forward for your own Tesla Model Y. Thanks for watching, and until the next Ludicrous Feed video, happy charging.